I think one of the best things about online dating is perhaps the scariest at the beginning. It's new. It's a different way of meeting people. It opens up networks of people you would never have met otherwise. You're going to have experience you didn't expect, some of which are not what you would ask for, but all of which are pretty educational. You will grow with this experience. You'll embrace life. And I don't care what age you are, from 20 to 90, we're always learning something new, and you're never too old to learn and to love. Often people who are over 50 think, well, you know, is this really a medium I can succeed in? Absolutely it is. I think one of the hardest transitions is when you've been out of dating for a while. You've been married 20 years and you get divorced. You've been in a happy marriage for 30 years, but your spouse died. You haven't been dating for a long time. You haven't even looked at yourself in the mirror in that same way of going like, you know, I gotta kind of tidy my act up. What do I do? You haven't flirted in ages. Just all those things that are kind of natural when you're younger and you're looking for somebody, and you may have had those skills, but you're not quite sure how to dust them off.
Welcome to Let's Have Coffee, a guide to online dating with Dr. Pepper Schwartz. I'm Tim Hart, and today we're going to talk about the keys of you having success with online dating. And Pepper, you know, one of the things that people need to know is that you have experienced all walks of life when it comes to online dating, from things that are not so great, and then you've met somebody you've been with for 5 years.
Well, that's exactly right. I have met someone online. I don't think I'd promote it or feel as professional as I should if I hadn't experienced dating online myself. And yes, there were a lot of humorous situations and also some wonderful people I met who are still my friends. But of course, what I really wanted was, you know, the love of my life. And of course, I think I found it.
Well, Pepper, what do you think the keys are then to online dating and having success?
Well, first of all, I think you have to know who and what you're looking for. You're looking for a date, just some companionship? Are you looking for a partner for life? Makes a big difference in who you choose. I think you have to know yourself. How do you describe yourself? How do you make someone know who you are so they can find you? I think 3, you have to know if you're emotionally ready. Are you still carrying baggage? Are you angry or bitter? None of that's going to help you if you stay that way. And 4, are you ready to go the whole distance? Are you ready to sit there and spend some time looking at people online, going out for the coffees, being open and emotionally available? If you don't have those 4 things in line, you're really not going to be the success you could be if in fact you do what I've said. Know yourself, know what you're looking for, be open and ready, and put yourself out there in a way that someone can recognize you're the person they're looking for.
Well, Pepper, great advice, and we are going to cover a lot of those details further on in the DVD. But people have questions. Here's some of those questions.
I was told to write a headline. Is that important?
You have to present in such a way that someone wants to interview and get you to know you better. And that's really what the headline on your profile is. It's getting your foot in the door so someone wants to know you better. So if you do a headline that says, nice guy, well, you probably are a nice guy, but that's not really going to draw anybody's eye, particularly, I don't know how many other people are going to say they're nice guys. That's not what you want to do. You want to have something exciting like, say, climb the Andes, if you did, or just something where it's intriguing and it says maybe you have a sense of humor, or you've done something interesting, or you show your values, or you differentiate yourself from other people. That headline, sometimes people are going through these profiles, click, 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 click. You have to get their attention in 20 seconds, and the right headline can do that for you.
Now that you've decided on a headline that grabs people's attention in the right way, it's time to move on to writing your profile. But where do you start? And how honest do you need to be when writing it?
If you can possibly help it, stay away from anything negative. It's not that we don't all have negative, sad things in our life. It's not that we all don't have flaws. But that's not the way you'd present for a job, is it? You wouldn't go to a job interview and say, I have to tell you all the things I can't do. No, you would go to a job interview and say, here's why I'm great. Here's why I'd be perfect for your company. And you have to take that same kind of salesmanship and that same kind of positive attitude into dating. Yes, you may have had an illness. No, you don't have to tell somebody about that in the first 5 minutes of meeting them. Yes, you may have had a terrible breakup with your ex-wife or your ex-husband, or in lucky in love in several ways. No one needs to know about it, and you should never, just take this as a general rule, stay away from your exes of any kind. Don't talk about it, because there may be bitter, sad feelings there, and if you say them, it's going to color the way you come across. And somebody always moves away from negativity, away from bitterness. You want them to move towards you. So the past is the past. If you get to know someone well enough to start dating and to becoming more intimate and telling them things about your past that are sensitive, well, that's okay. But there should already be a connection and a growing feeling towards one another before you have to put in those kind of details.
I've tried online dating. How long does it take?
You have to be resilient and say, okay, I've had 20 dates and I haven't met the one, but if it takes 20 more, I'm going to do it. Because I really do believe that if you stay at this, you will find your perfect match. But sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes it takes recalibrating what you put in the computer. The computer will match you up based on what you've put into the duet questionnaire and all the other do's and don'ts and your deal breakers and all the things you can say that you don't want as well as you do want. And sometimes you may find that you put so much stuff in there that the selection of people who actually meet these 10,000 lists you put in there are going to be very rare. So you say, okay, maybe I don't really care that much about if they like hockey or not, or stuff like that, which you may have put into the program, and you recalibrate it to see who's out there based on these new criteria. I think there's a learning curve in learning how to date online, and you have to be resilient enough and committed enough to go through that learning curve.
Well, Pepper, great advice. What would you tell somebody right now, though, to motivate them to get started?
Well, I guess I would take those words, right now. That time is going by. You have to say to yourself, do I want someone in my life? Do I want someone to love? Do I believe now that that person is out there? I hope we've convinced you that that person is. That there's no mystery to it, there's no magic to it. All you have to do is sign up, go get started, look at the profiles, create your own, make it something you can be proud of. Get in there and stay in there, even if you don't meet Mr. or Ms. right away. And have an adventure, enjoy yourself. And I absolutely believe that if you do this, you will find the perfect person. You will find someone to have fun with, to love, to be passionate with, and not just for a few dates. But if you're looking for them as a lifetime partner, you will find a lifetime partner.
Pepper, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
Go out and have some fun, and as Pepper said, go ahead and get started right now.